The press conference from Djamel Belmadi today was interesting to say the least. He discussed a lot of hot topics with regards to the world of Algerian football. And the big one, which I think a lot of people are interested in, is the Rayan Cherki situation, the young winger at Lyon. Now, before we talk about Ryan Cherki's international future, can we just say Lyon, not Cherki particularly, but Lyon on the whole, and maybe Cherki is a part of that. They've been dreadful. They've been absolutely awful. I think they're in their second manager, bottom of the Ligue 1 in France. Have they even won a league game? Lyon have been absolutely horrendous. They have been awful. Okay, they're in the relegation zone, and Ryan Cherki hasn't even performed so far. Although, to be honest, none of their players have performed. So, if Cherki was available for selection, would he even get in our current squad, or start for Algeria, should I say? Because quite frankly, he's been dreadful, as have Lyon. Now, for sure, this is a pick for the future. I'm not as interested as everyone else is in seeing Cherki go to this Africa Cup of Nations in January. I'm more interested in a player like Ryan Cherki for inshallah the next World Cup in 2026. I think that's when it becomes important. But for now, I mean, 3 months from the tournament to throw him in now, I don't really get it. And I think we've got enough now in the attack with an improved Amora, with Bennacer, with Ammi as well in there. I think there's more than enough firepower in there to do some damage, and Boitnani and Shaibi as well. I don't think we really need. I think there's other positions that are more important. So what basically Belmadi said is that him and the Algerian Federation have been in contact with Rayan Cherki, as they have been in contact for years, he says, the likes of Ait-Nouri, Awar, Shaibi, all these players we're seeing now. You've got to remember, guys, you don't get a player overnight. You don't wake up and go, oh, I want to play for a different country now. There's admin processes. That's the reason why Yasser Laroussi is not in this current squad. I thought it was a bit odd that Haitem Lucif was still here, for God's sake. I think we'll more than certainly see Laroussi in the November World Cup qualifiers, and what a couple of games that'll be, by the way, to make your debut in. Adli as well, going through the process of changing nationality. So I'm more interested in seeing Yassine Adli at the moment than Rayan Cherki, if I'm being totally honest. That's my view on it. And Lyon haven't been that good. Now, I don't think you're going to see Cherki at this AFCON. I don't think you're going to see Cherki before the summer. Okay? I'm pretty sure they've put Thierry Henry, Arsenal legend, Barca legend, in charge of that French under-21, under-23 side, whatever it is. And Cherki is going to be a big part of playing for the French team at the upcoming Olympic Games, which are at home for them in Paris. And Cherki is more than certainly going to go and play with that team, particularly because France can take 3 overage players. So Cherki could find himself playing with Mbappe, Griezmann and Saliba at the Olympics in France next summer. So until then, I still don't think, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, then I'll be happily wrong. I don't think you're going to see Ryan Cherki anytime soon before the summer, before those Paris Olympic Games have taken place. So forget the concept of seeing him play at the AFCON, in my opinion. He also mentioned, like I said, about Laroussi not being here for the administrative reasons. It's the same reason why Guri is here now and wasn't in September. That's fine. Now, what about some of the players that aren't in the squad? He said there's something going on behind the scenes with Yassine Brahimi. He doesn't think Yassine Brahimi will add anything to his side. Despite all the goals and assists he's getting in Qatar for, I think it's Al Gharafa, he doesn't see Yassine Brahimi as a key pinnacle to this team, right? Remember, the AFCON we won, Brahimi was there, but he was the backup to Belali. Then the recent AFCON, he was the player of the tournament, the Arab Cup, and that put him in the squad, despite not playing a minute in qualification. And Brahim had a poor AFCON, as did every player, if we're being honest, in Cameroon. I don't think he's going to view Yassine Brahimi as someone he wants to call up. The same for Yassine Benzia. I mean, this Benzia fella, for God's sake, he's playing for Carrier Bag in Azerbaijan. I know they're in Europa League and he's been scoring and he's been playing all right. But Benzia, right, Yassine Benzia, who was a big prodigy a few years ago, the next Benzema, he was another one of those French-born Algerians to come out of the Lyon Academy. He basically said, how am I not here, but Lucif and these sorts of, and Zorgan is. He basically did what I said. He said, how am I not here, but Zorgan is, which I thought was hilarious, but not in a good way. So Benzia and Yassine Brahimi, you know, once you're on Belmadi's bad side, it's very hard to come back. You've only got to look at the likes of Andy Delors. He still said people like Belali, Bennacer, he's going to be looking at Rice and Bully perhaps, but I still don't get what Belmadi would add to the team apart from sniffing lines and doing pigeon dances and missing penalties. It's just not for me. I don't see how it changes. I like the idea Belmadi puts forward of we want to be the silent assassins, the silent but violent team in this AFCON. No one, I mean, of course we all follow and watch Algeria players and teams closely. We know what we're all about, we know what we're building. But on the outside, particularly the other countries and fans in Africa, when you talk to them about the upcoming tournament, they don't see Algeria as a favourite. We've not been at the World Cup. Everyone's talking about Morocco and Senegal and Ivory Coast. They're not talking about us winning it, which could work in our favour because in 2019 no one was saying we were going to win it either. But last time out there was huge pressure on us to deliver and we went out in the group phase. So what we've got to do, guys, we've got to focus on ourselves, on our team. We ain't got to worry what anyone else is doing, okay? Ain't got to worry about it. Ain't got to worry about a thing because every little thing is going to be all right. We're going to focus on our opponents. We're going to take it game by game. And that draw's coming up very soon. Big week coming up with the AFCON draw and the Cape Verde game and the Guri debut. When that draw's made, we're not looking at booking the hotel in Abidjan on February 13. Okay? We're looking at game 1, game 2, game 3. That's all we have confirmed. Okay? Tomorrow is not written. Okay? We're looking at our first 3 games. If we get through that process, then we start looking at last 16 quarterfinals, 1 game at a time, and let's see how it goes. So, an interesting press conference from Belmadi, and the team will do 1 training session, I think, in Sidi Moussa. The players will start coming from tomorrow. Then they'll go to the east of Algeria, to Constantine, to play in the Mohamed Hamlaoui Stadium, which again is on the same day as the AFCON draw, where we could get Cape Verde and then be playing them 2 hours later. And then it's off to Abu Dhabi for the Egypt game. Lots to look forward to over the next couple of weeks. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you want to see Rayan Cherki come now, or do you think other players in other positions are important? One final huge point is that he's been in constant contact, Belmadi, with Bennacer, the AC Milan midfield player, and Bennacer is hoping and determined and on track to be fit in late December, which would make Bennacer available for the Africa Cup of Nations. That is absolutely huge news. You are potentially looking at one of, if not the best Algeria players, the player of the tournament from 2019, the whole tournament, being fit and available for the competition. That is a huge piece of news. He's been getting all the best doctors at the Aspire Academy in Doha, Bennacer, where he's been spending a lot of time. I think he's off the wheelchair now, he might be on the crutches now. It's looking good, and hopefully we're going to be seeing Bennacer at that tournament. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on the Belmadi press conference. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.